Let's take a look at Holy Communion and what it's called in various denominations, different streams of Christianity. But before I do, I want to read to you a part of the liturgy of the Orthodox Church. Right? The Orthodox Church of America is made up primarily of streams of Russian Orthodoxy. I don't know if they have Greek Orthodox people in there as well, but listen to what the priest says in the liturgy, his prayer, just before the reading of the gospel. Listen how beautiful this is. Shine within our hearts, loving Master, the pure light of your divine knowledge, and open the eyes of our minds that we may comprehend the message of your gospel. Instill in us also reverence for your blessed commandments, so that having conquered all sinful desires, we may pursue a spiritual life, thinking and doing all those things that are pleasing to you. For you, Christ, our God, are the light of our souls and bodies, and to you we give glory together with your Father, who is without beginning, and your all-holy, good, and loving, life-giving Spirit, now and forever, and to the ages of ages. Amen. I mean, that's just beautiful. And if you never pick up an Orthodox book, if you never go to an Orthodox divine liturgy, you would never know that. And you might think, if, depending on what stream you're from, well, those Orthodox people, man, they really need Jesus. They need to get saved. And then you find out, wow, they really know the Lord. They just don't use the same vocabulary that we do. And that's the issue. A lot of times Christians from various denominations speak past each other. And I want to help you to at least grasp what's going on. All right, so the institution of the Holy Eucharist. Almost all of Christendom for a long, long time, and still much of Christendom today, refers to it as the Holy Eucharist. Eucharist is a Latin word, right? And it just means thanksgiving. And it's because Jesus began, the Gospels say that Jesus began by giving thanks, right? He gave thanks. That's it. That's why it's called the Eucharist, because when the Lord instituted the Lord's Supper, in fact, you know what? Let's do this. When he instituted it, he began by giving thanks. Let's take a look at some of the most common names that refer to the Lord's Supper. Granted, we don't all agree on what is happening at the Lord's Supper, but nevertheless, here are the names. Holy Eucharist, Holy Communion, the Lord's Supper, the Divine Liturgy, the Sacrament of the Altar, the Lord's Table, the breaking of the bread. These all refer to the same time in the service where, from whatever stream you are from, the body and blood of Christ, either in transubstantiation or consubstantiation or with a symbol or with a spiritual presence, that's what is going on at that point. It's the same, these are the different words. And then as you read different theology, you realize that it's all over the map. Some people believe these different things I said, consubstantiation, transubstantiation, the real presence. John Calvin, all right, the famous reformer, probably 100 times or more, said that he believed in the real presence of Christ, or he believed that Christ was present in the Eucharist. Was he present spiritually? Was he present in body, blood, soul, and divinity? These are the things that have divided and brought blows, physical blows to Christians over the years. But you know what? Those differences right now, on an epic scale, they're not going to go away. So maybe rather than fight each other, we can learn, understand one another, and then let's go on with the battles that may cause the death of our nation, like the blood of innocent babies crying out from the ground. All right? I keep on giving you this background because some of you are thinking, this is interesting. And some of you are thinking, I want to rip his lungs out. Look, I don't want to fight with my fellow Christians. I want to fight the people who are murdering babies. And the only Christians that I want to fight are the Christians like Barack Obama and Nancy Pelosi, who have a Trinitarian baptism, Protestant or Catholic, and yet they push for the murder of babies and the godless so-called same-gender matrimony. Those are the Christians I want to fight. Do you want to get America out of the hands of wicked and unjust men and women who are destroying the republic before our eyes, and put leadership back into the hands of righteous men and women so that we don't die as a nation? Well, you're talking about social revolution, and there are rules in social revolution. We can look at the victorious social revolutions of the past, such as the end of slavery, the end of child labor, women's voting rights, the end of segregation, and so much more, and learn from their victories. Look at their actions, their images, their rhetoric, their sacrifices, and their final fruit. We will send you this series that originally cost $129, 7 books for students, 1 teacher's guide, if you'll give a gift of any size and just pay for shipping and handling. Take advantage of it today.